I see you have a sign that says ban assault weapons. Do you care if I ask you some questions real quick? My name's
Sure.
Zach.
Sure.
I'm part of Agitation
Sure.
Rising. So why is it that you want to see assault weapons banned?
Because they are so incredibly dangerous and so unnecessary. I understand the, if you want a rifle for hunting, if you want a gun for self-protection in your home, or even to carry, I understand that. But assault weapons are so totally unnecessary. I mean, they're made for war, and we are not in a war. I think the only people who should have access to them should be the official armed forces of the government.
Okay, so real quick, what's your name?
Amonte Joyce.
Amonte, okay. So would you be opposed to also making sure that like the police don't have access to that weaponry at the same time?
I think the police have become over-militarized. I don't think that it would be nice to live in a gun-free world, but
We're not saying a gun-free world, but a world where police have also significantly less access to assault
significantly
weapons.
less. Yes, significantly less. I think they need to be better armed than the average citizen, but I think that we have gone overboard with the militarization of the police.
Uh-huh.
So.
And what type of gun policies do you support?
Well, in Illinois, the next step that we need to take is to ban high-capacity magazines, and we need to ban private ownership of weapons that are purely meant for killing people.
So are you referring to what the U.S. government calls assault weapons?
That's what I'm referring to. Gun owners sometimes do not respond to that designation, so I refer to them as weapons of war. Mm-hmm. Weapons that are not meant for target shooting, weapons that are not meant for hunting, weapons that are only designed to kill human beings and to do it efficiently and horribly.
And would you also want those types of weapons prohibited from the police having them, or for like severely limiting their access to them at the same time?
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm not sure the police should be able to kill, 20 people in a few seconds either.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not an advocate of taking people's guns away.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I think law-abiding citizens should be allowed to have weapons to protect their homes and to hunt. But do you really need an AR-15? As I think it was Senator Thune said, do you really need one to hunt prairie dogs? Seriously?
So would you support some kind of ban on assault-type weaponry?
I would support that, but I don't think that's realistic.
Okay.
I would like to see us do some realistic, common sense things.
So let's just go into hypothetical world and say
We're going hypothetical world. I hate hypothetical world.
That would be like a political possibility. Are you at all concerned that? Would you also support taking those types of weapons away from police?
No.
No.
I think one of the problems we have, and I think we saw this a little bit in Uvalde, is the police felt outgunned. And when you're an officer and the threat has more firepower than you do.
But they weren't actually outgunned at all.
Well, no, but
like that was something that they said, and that they were then lying about, which we found with the Uvalde police is that they lie frequently about what's going on.
Yes, they did. But I think that's also something that we need to consider, that there are situations where we're allowing the threat to have more gunpowder than we're allowing the police to have. And I'm not saying that was true with Uvalde, but it does happen.
So you have a sign that says ban assault rifles now. Do you care if I ask you some questions?
Oh, sure.
My name's Zach. I report for Agitation Rising. So are you talking about just assault rifles or all assault weapons?
Wonderful. Nice to meet you.
I just really want, I don't know what I want. I just want assault rifles that are killing people. Yeah, so if they're able to kill people, then they should be banned.
So would you also support taking those types of assault weapons away from the police as well?
No.
Why not?
Maybe, because they're war weapons. Mm-hmm. So why does anybody need a gun that can go and kill 100 people unless you're in war?
Yeah, because there's definitely a concern that, if you ban the assault weapons, but then the police still have access to them, that they can do the type of things that we saw in 2020, where they were,
I don't think the police are going to do that. I think that if it's like the Marines need them for
they spent half of 2020, violently breaking up protests and causing police riots, so...
No, I don't think so. I think
You don't think they did that?
I don't think that the police would take a AR-15 if they had one and to shoot a gazillion people dead
Okay.
for no reason.
To shoot up 20 kids.
Yeah, you're trying to antagonize.
Would you expect the police to like lie about a school shooting like we saw with Uvalde, where they repeatedly lied about things?
No.
You guys are moving.
All right, let's go.